Basically, there's not a lot of difference. I usually end up doing a little bit less chain weight, band weight, that sort of thing, but that could be partially because I'm smaller. But I don't squat to a box as much. I do different accessories, but then that's always going to be an individual thing no matter what. So I just work my weaknesses, which are going to be a little bit different than somebody that's in gear. And that's about it.
I would say it's more important the lighter you are. If you see a lot of the lighter being like 220 and lighter bench guys at the top, most of them have a pretty big arch. As guys get heavier, you have more natural thickness and the arch isn't quite as critical. But it's a huge advantage because it reduces your range of motion. One way is just simple PVC pipe. So what you want to do, you may have to start with a smaller pipe. It's being set up. You want to practice arching over the pipe. And you want to get so you can hold your arch and then have someone pull the pipe out. And that'll help. This is, I think, a 4-inch pipe. You might want to start with 2-inch or whatever. What I've noticed is tight hip flexors make it really hard to arch. Good way to stretch those is just lean in and lean back. Because if you watch anyone that arches well, whether their feet are out front or in back, they really get their leg angle down. Their knees point almost straight down. That's impossible to do with tight hip flexors. And the other key to an arch is the upper back arch. And you just want to work on a lot of things to stretch your front delt and your pec, so you can get your shoulders back more, and that'll give you a better upper back arch. We're going to tackle this 1 week at a time. So this will be a 3-week segment. This week we're going to do the squat. Things to kind of watch for are when you're spotting or coaching somewhere in a squat that can go wrong. One is when people come down, if their knees are buckling in, that's kind of dangerous. It puts a lot of strain on the knee. That's something you really want to watch out for. Box squatting is someone you want to come down as quickly as you can under control to the box, but you don't want to just slam into the box. That's no good. What a lot of people do, especially because they're quad dominant, is they cheat and they kind of like rock forward really bad so they can get the weight into their quads. And what you have to watch for there is they'll get going forward and then they'll duck and throw the bar over their head. Another thing to watch for is when you're squatting, the bar rolling down the person's back. If they don't have the bar set very well, that's really dangerous for the back spotter. I think those are the big issues with squatting and what to watch for. I think a lot of this has to do with your natural flexibility, your glute strength, and your hamstring strength. Because the wider you get, the more emphasis you're going to put on your glutes and your hamstrings. So if your glutes and hamstrings are weak and lagging, if you try to go up heavy wide, that's going to be problematic. It's probably best to save that for an accessory and do it afterwards, and go a little lighter and use that raw movement just to more for hypertrophy and to develop your glute and hamstring strength. Personally, it's taken me a while to get to this point. When I squat raw in training, I go just as wide because I want that emphasis on the glute and the hamstrings. It's definitely not for everyone.